During the war for Armageddon, the Grey Knights banished Angron, in full view of the Space Wolves and the whole civilian population, including guardsmen. The Inquisitor Lord, Kisnaros, tries to cover it up by eradicating the civilians and the army. The wolves start saving the populace, and the Grey Knights, led by Chapter Master Joros, start shooting down their ships under the orders of the Inquisition. Then all hell breaks loose. Logan Grimnar is summoned to Kisnaros' ship to surrender. Logan, the Inquisitor replied. Come now, it's over. Will your chapter really fight on without you? He laughed, the sound a brutal bark. Of course, just as your Grey Knights would. We are brothers, us and them. If only one wolf was left alive in all of mankind's Imperium, he'd still defy his enemies until the last breath fell from his broken body. Your knights are the same. I saw it in their eyes when we first met. I saw it when they dueled the great beast of Armageddon. I see it in each of them now. They know the value of blood and tears. You, he nodded to the diminutive Inquisitor, do not. And I wonder if you realize how you scar your Grey Knights' hearts against you by committing them to wars they don't wish to fight. I felt my mouth open and closed it quietly. Thrown aflame. He made it hard not to admire him. Plus he reads us like a scroll. Malkadil sent, as he really does. My eyes flicked to Lord Joros, his hands resting on his sheathed blades, much in the same way Jarl Grimnar leaned on his axe. Well, some of us. Kisnaros was fast losing his feigned patience. Your flagship is lost. We have other ships, said Jarl Grimnar. Your chapter cannot hope to stand against us. No? The great wolf looked back over his shoulder at his men. The boy lord says we can't stand against him. Strange, my Jarl, replied one of the scruffy wolves, a balding warrior with shaggy sideburns. We were doing well before they wiped their asses with an honorable oath of armistice. Aye, Rawthroat agreed. We were. Perhaps we should invite them to Fenris, Jarl. They'd find a warmer welcome there. Grimnar nodded to their words, turning back to Joros and Kisnaros. Tell me, which one of you Horsons gave the order to open fire on our shieldless, weaponless vessels? It was I, said Joros. It gave me no pleasure, but the deed was done for the greater good. The Jarl nodded. I've marked your face, knight. I'll remember it from now until the wolf time. You have my word on that. No Fenrisian ever forgets one who violates the laws of sheathed blades and bared throats. Once those laws are broken, all rules of decorum and honor are abandoned. To betray a betrayer is never counted as a sin. Kisnaros tied his long blonde hair into a ponytail, keeping any stray strands from his face. Enough of this. The Imperium's woes will not bide while we stand here and make superstitious promises. Chapter Master Grimnar, you will surrender as agreed, and your wolves will stand down. Jarl Grimnar gave us his canine smile again, showing wet fangs. That, he said, will not be happening. Lord Joros of the Eighth Brotherhood had ruled with a cautiously ambitious hand for 70 years. He was respected by those of us in his brotherhood, though scarcely loved. A warrior admired, but rarely emulated. The list of his deeds was more impressive than his unapproachable exterior might suggest. While he lacked a great many commendations for command, as a duelist and a frontline fighter, it was acknowledged across the Order that few could match his reputation and skills with 2 falchion blades. A vital aspect in any blade master's repertoire is the ability to read an opponent's movements and react with greater speed than they can act in the first place. Joros was a master, and his reflexes were renowned. And yet, his blades had scarcely cleared his scabbards when Logan Grimner's axe of blackened steel and burnished gold cleaved into our Grandmaster's breastplate and throat, ending a worthy, respectable life of service with a single crunching chop. Joros went down, felled by the axe blow and dead before he hit the ground. The great wolf's axe, named Morkai after some heathen Fenrisian superstition about a god guarding the halls of the dead, ripped back out, blood sizzling on its active metal surface. In the time it had taken me to look back from Rawthroat to his liege lord, my own Grandmaster was slain. That should explain, at least partially, how quickly the High King of Fenris moved.